Hi guys, welcome to Words with Water. If this is your first time here, you are greatly appreciated. And if you are returning, you're still greatly appreciated. So listen guys, I was just lying in bed and not, just kind of settling down for bed. And I grabbed my cards and I'm like, I just want to do something quick, like just for myself, right? About this coronavirus. And so I was asking, the universe and my higher self and my guide and my ancestors just for something preliminary, just for myself. I even said, I just kind of want to know a couple things, and I'll do another, reading for the collective tomorrow. And so I started shuffling the deck, and the cards that were coming out, I was just like, wow. And I don't mean that in a negative or positive way. It was just like, wow. Because what I asked was, where did coronavirus come from? And the cards that came out, I just could not believe it. And I I thought to myself, like, if I just tell people what came out, they may not believe me. So I said, I hopped out of bed and just came over here to my little area. And I'm going to try to get this again. I'm not going to tell you what came out the first time unless it comes out again. But I'm really hoping that it come out again. Yeah, because I just have questions about it that, I'm just curious. So, higher self, universe, sun, moon, Venus, Mars, Saturn, Pluto, Mercury. Higher self, universe, all of you, my guide and ancestors who have my highest good and the collective's highest good at heart. Love for the collective and myself. Only these. Let's give us information about this coronavirus. The cards that you showed me before, I would love for them to be shown to me again so that they will see as well. But whatever messages you have will be greatly appreciated. Thank you. Where did coronavirus come from? Bam, okay. Where did coronavirus come from? Y'all, the same ones are coming out. Some of them, I don't know what this other, there's two more down here. I don't know what they are yet. Coming out in a different order, though. Where did coronavirus come from? Where did coronavirus come from last time? Y'all, I'm gonna need a minute, okay? First card that we had come out is the Hangman. And actually, you know what? I need more light. Hold on one second. I'm gonna put you guys on pause for just a second. All right, guys, I'm back. Hopefully this is a little brighter and you guys can see. So the first card that came out was the Hangman. I love the Hangman in this deck. You can see it's a bit of a different, it's got its own little look. Not so traditional, right? What does it look like when you look at it? Right? We all know what the Hangman is about. Different perspectives. Seeing things from just a different way. But the Hangman in this deck, you can see is upright, not hanging upside down from a tree. It actually looks like what do they call those things? I mean, you could say a coffin, but I can't think of the word. I think it's more associated with like the Catholic Church. I can't remember. I can't think of what they're called right now. But anyway. All right. We have the Seven of Pentacles. Nine of Cups. The Nine of Pentacles. The Emperor came out in reverse. Keep in mind, I asked, where did the coronavirus come from? Here we have the Magician. We have the Ten of Swords. We have the Three of Wands. The Chariot. And the Star. First things first, well, I know I talked about the Hangman already. I feel like the coronavirus is here to cause humanity to reevaluate what is important to them. With the Star card here, I feel like, and keep in mind that we are now in the age of Aquarius. Saturn, the planet Saturn, will be moving into Aquarius very soon. Very, very soon. So the Star is all about healing. It is about faith. It is also wishes fulfilled. So with the Hangman and the Star card, I feel like there has to be an evaluation or a reevaluation. And hopefully, a lot of you have done that already when Mercury was retrograde in Pisces. Um, there needs to be a reevaluation of what is healing to us as the a world. You know, I can't even say a country. I mean, this is the world. What is it that gives you hope? What gives us hope? And we've got the Seven of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles. I really feel like there's a focus on individuality, growing for yourself. I mean, if you think of the sign of Aquarius, wow, I don't know if any of you guys watched Your Angelic Karma, but a few weeks ago she did a series of podcasts about Saturn, Capricorn, and Aquarius. If you do know who she is, or even if you don't, go find her channel and see if you can find those videos and those podcasts. She also has a podcast on Spotify. This is crazy because I'm totally seeing in these cards a lot of what she talked about in those podcasts. Wow. Okay, that got off for a second. But this is about individuality. When you think of the sign of Aquarius, yes, Aquarius is the sign of the humanitarian. Um, but it's also a fixed sign, and in my this is just my opinion, a very like singular sign, right? This is what can you as an individual bring to the collective, to humanity. What is important? You know, when I asked where did it come from, this magician card here, I don't even feel like I need to explain that. We know what the magician is, right? I don't need to explain that. Um, with the Ten of Swords here, yeah, and now I will say this. When I did the spread, when I was sitting on my bed, there was a lot of sword energy, right? And we can still take that back to Aquarius being here. The Star card. I think it was the Ace of Swords, the Two of Swords. It was a King of Swords. King of Swords. And then the King of Cups came out too. But um, with this Ten of Swords here, I mean, yes, obviously this person is down. Um, and the wolves are there, ready. So I definitely feel like there's just a huge, huge energy of readjustment, right? I know we've all heard that saying, survival of the fittest. And honestly, you guys, I feel like this is, I mean, yes, there's a virus, But if more than anything, I feel like there is almost like a war for your energy. Okay? Let's go biblical here for a second. The Bible does say, as a man thinketh, so is he, right? And I say all the time, I talk to my brother about this, anyone who listens, that, I have those types of conversations with. Your whatever your mind is focused on, whatever you're thinking about, that is what you're going to manifest in your life. That will become your reality. The world is so panicked and so fearful right now. So when you have all of this, when you understand that life is energy, things are energy, we are energy, everything around us is energy, everything's created from energy. So all of this fear and panic and it's going into feeding something much bigger, right? Think of it in terms of, and I thought about this when I was sitting in my car one day, not about this exactly, but it was just interesting, just basic science. I was sitting in my car one day and it started to rain. It was a slow drizzle. So you have all these, had all these little rain droplets on, across the windshield. And the more it rained, those droplets would start rolling down the windshield and join with another water droplet, which made it heavier, right? Gave it more momentum to roll down and join with another water droplet. And it got bigger and bigger. So it's like feeding the momentum of things. I don't know how to say. I hope you're getting this. My Mercury is in Pisces. A lot of people say Mercury and Pisces have a hard time with their communication and how they say things. I don't know. Hopefully you get what I'm trying to say. But we all need to be careful of what we are feeding our minds and the vibration and energy that you are putting out. You are putting out fear, you create more fear, and there is something, because energy is transferred. There's something that is feeding off of that fear, that energy. So I'm just saying, be mindful of what you are thinking, whether you're saying it out loud or just thinking it to yourself. It really doesn't matter. We're all creators, we're all co-creators in this reality. And in that sense, we all have some sort of responsibility in what is unfolding before us. Okay, I'm going to leave that at that. And I know this is tarot, but the name of the channel is Words with Water, okay? So it's not just tarot. Y'all know I like to talk. I have an opinion. So just be sure that you are mentally, with this Ten of Swords here. Do not allow yourselves to get to this point of exhaustion, because the wolves are there to feed off of that energy. Okay? And we also have the Nine of Cups here with our little genie. So we do have two cards of wish fulfillment here, right? But we know that the Nine of Cups can also be excess, gluttony, greed, right? And with the Emperor here in reverse, the only card that came out in reverse, mind you, I feel like there is a massive what's the word? Massive power shifts for, we can say, kingdoms, governments, hierarchy, those who are usually in power losing power, because this card, the only card that came out in reverse, the Emperor. So there's definitely going to be, I mean, we can already see it, already losses of power and control. And I don't know where you're watching from, but you know, here in the US, this is an election year. And yeah, shit's interesting. We got the Three of Wands here. I feel like we are collectively, everyone is waiting for this news to come in. With Chariot here. When is there a movement? We're stuck in the damn house. Like, I want to get out. I want to go outside. I want to go eat with my friends. I want to go to the bar. I want to go to the mall. When? So, you know, we're waiting not only for that, when those activities can resume, but we're also waiting for more information about this virus. You know, because the way it's being presented to us, it's nobody really knows anything about it other than, yeah, it's a cold virus. Just like a regular cold is a coronavirus. This is just a different one. But we're waiting to find out more about it. We're waiting to find out when are things going to be safe again. Waiting. We're restricted. We're bound right now. We're stuck. When can we move forward? When is the world going to move forward? When? The Magician card again. New things are being manifested, cooked up. I want to look a little further into this Magician. Actually, I'm going to put some of these away, but there's a few here that I want to look a little further into. I'll use a different deck for those, to clarify those. me see. Give me that Three of Swords. Three of Wands back. We have that Three of Wands, please. There we go. On the first spread, first time it was, I'll tell you about all the swords and the King of Cups. Judgment came out. The Fool came out. The High Priestess. Kind of a similar energy to what I'm getting right now. But it was a little more like in your face, kind of. Yeah, it was compelling enough for me to hop my ass up out my bed. How about that? I want to clarify these cards, please. I'd like 2 cards. Which one? Let's give me clear messages for myself and the collective. Just give me clear messages. Thank you for the information that you've given us. Thank you. Tell me more about the Ten of Swords, please. Tell me more about this Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords. I asked for 2 cards. They gave me 4, y'all. So the Ten of Swords. Okay, there's Temperance again. All right. Temperance came out in the first one too. So we have Nine of Cups energy again. And the Knight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles. And Temperance. So, okay, I'm glad the Temperance came out with this because I'm feeling like, okay, there's definitely going to be, healing and some sort of balance restored. But before we even get to this point, this is so blurry. Okay. I think it's because I have cards spread out so far. You know what? Give me a second, guys. Let me move some of this. Let me move my little carnelian and jasper and shungite. And let's see if we can do it like this. Maybe that'll help with the focus. So, yeah, with the Temperance, I definitely feel like there will be, healing and balance restored. But we have the Nine of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles. And this is all clarifying the Ten of Swords. So, obviously, with the Pentacles here and the Knight, the Knight of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles, that to me speaks to the status of our economy and our jobs. Things that made us happy, brought wish fulfillment to our lives. But now we are being burdened by some of these same energies. And it is 10, so, that's completion. So kind of going back to what I was saying earlier with the Hangman and the Star, it's a reassessment now. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't feel like after this, I don't feel like our economy will ever be the same. I don't feel like our job sector will ever be the same. So we'll see a lot of uh, markets, jobs go away that are no longer necessary. You guys, you got to think we have, I think it's 5 planets in the sign of Capricorn right now: Pluto, Saturn, Mars, Jupiter, and I think there's an asteroid series maybe, and I think, I'm not sure if the moon is there tonight, but anyway, when the moon comes through there, that's even, you get what I'm saying. So, and we know the energy of Capricorn, that is business, structure, practicality. So this is also about getting back to the basics. What is practical for you as an individual, and also for, our country, our world? What is practical? I think a lot of us are going to, having to learn to do with what you have, with less. There's, again, Capricorn, restriction; Saturn, restriction. And then you have all these planets right there with Saturn amplifying restriction. So this is a time to learn to do with less. Be practical with how you are spending what you have. Just be practical about everything. This isn't a time for, and this is going to sound funny as shit coming from me, a Pisces rising, Venus, Mercury, Jupiter, Scorpio moon. Maybe it's my Scorpio moon talking. I don't know. But this is not a time for emotional sensationalism. Okay? It's time to be practical. Why is the Three of Wands here? Three of Wands. Waiting, right? Two of Wands. Three of Wands is clarified by the Two of Wands and the Two of Pentacles. We, again, waiting to see how all of this is going to unfold, and waiting for some sort of balance. Everything, hence the Two of Pentacles, juggling. Everything is so off balance right now, and we're just waiting for that to balance out. We're waiting for the energies, this, because there's a huge shift going on right now. I'll be the first to tell you, things are just not going to be the same again, ever. This is historical. This is, you know that already. This is historical. Yeah, it just won't be the same anymore. Why is the Star card here, please? Star card. Why is the Star card here? Why is the Star card here? Give me 2 for the Star card. Star card. That did not come out in reverse. I just kind of pushed it over there like that. Okay. Eight of Swords. And Four of Wands. Okay. Going back to what I was saying in that first spread. Your mind. your energy. Do not allow yourselves, and I'm also telling you this too, as I don't know if I've ever mentioned it here on this channel, but I do have crisis intervention counseling training. I'm telling you, guard your mind. Because if you let that go too far, yeah. And with the Four of Wands here, again, a reassessment of commitments. What makes you happy? And you know what? And this kind of reminds me of what I was telling my Virgo friend um, a few weeks ago, back when Mercury was retrograde in Pisces, and he has a Virgo stellium. He has Sun, Mercury, Mars, and Venus in Virgo. And I was telling him, like, hey, you might be feeling a little bit extra in your mental space, but try not to go overboard. I know you can't help it. Anyway, um, reassessing what makes you happy, healing what makes you happy. I feel like for some people that this is even to the point of, if there were relationships that you have had in the past that were somehow damaged, I feel like some of you are thinking about reaching out to whoever those people were or are. Because we all know at times like this, that petty shit don't fly. You know, um, your conscience, conscience, whether they were wrong or right, or whether you were wrong or right. You know, I think in lining up with what I was saying about raising your vibration, um, I definitely feel like having a clear conscience is necessary with that. If you think of karma, you know, and then in my last group of readings, I talked, well, not extensively, but I talked a lot about, in that group of readings, I did see a lot of karmic cycles coming up to be, they were either being closed or coming up to be closed. Excuse me, guys, I gotta get some water. All right. Why is the magician here? Why is the magician here? Tell us about this magician. Why is the magician here, please? You have 6 of Cups. There she goes. Different deck. But, I told you a minute ago that the High Priestess came out when I was sitting on my bed doing this. But she came out in the first deck. But here she is in this one. 6 of Cups. I feel like this definitely could go with what I was saying here about the past relationships and commitments that you had with someone, that something may have happened, kind of threw things off kilter, maybe y'all are no longer talking. It's time to heal that stuff. Yeah, 4 of Cups here. It's time to heal that stuff. And we have the 4 of Pentacles here too. So some of you, just been holding on to just some bad energy surrounding relationships. Um, with this high priestess clarifying this magician card, there definitely is a level of spirituality to what is happening here. And this high priestess knows everything. And with the cards that came out with her, I definitely feel like she is kind of reinforcing what I was saying about relationships from the past. It could be, and you know what? This Four of Pentacles, this is like, he's like an old man. So I mean, this could be like generational. I don't necessarily, it doesn't necessarily have to be, your boyfriend that you broke up with 2 years ago. This could be generational, familial. It is just time to fix some things. Fix some things. But this queen, this high priestess knows. She knows everything. In the spiritual world, spiritual realm. This could also be speaking to a creation or the creation of some secret something, right? If you go back to the original question that I asked at the beginning of this reading, what does she have? Looks like she has lavender in one hand and a scroll in another hand. And she has her little black cat sitting beside her. And he has a snake down here, which is shedding its skin. This snake down here is shedding. I don't know if you guys can see it. Manifesting new. I'm not going to specify what I think new is, but just new. Let's see. Why is the high priestess here? Why is the high priestess here with the magician? Why is she with the magician? Got that hangman again. Page of Cups. Six of Swords. And the Ten of Pentacles. This is bringing out or bringing about a new way of love. I definitely feel like this is causing some people to even experience emotions probably that they didn't even think they had. Even the ones who are unemotional. Just because a person is unemotional or doesn't demonstrate emotion doesn't mean they don't have emotion. But this is manifesting a new way of love, yeah. And again, with this Ten of Pentacles here, still reiterating what makes us happy, what makes us fulfilled, what makes us feel secure, what is solid, what is practical. And then with this Six of Swords, I just feel like this is confirmation of what I was saying earlier, that I felt like, you know, there will be some calmness coming in. Things will settle out, but it's not going to be the same. I can't say that enough. It's not going to be the same. Things will settle and balance out, but they'll never be the same again. Why is the Emperor here in reverse? Why is the Emperor here in reverse? Why is the Emperor in reverse? Ten of Swords again, guys. Anything else? I know there's a couple cards down here for that. What's the Emperor in reverse? Can't make this shit up. Seven of Swords. You know, and I was talking about hierarchies, structures, governments being flipped. Seven of Swords. And you know, I just want to say this, and certainly some of the cards in these couple of spreads could support this, but I'm just saying this as a point of conversation. You know, I have seen where some people have even felt like, you know, this was a form almost of like biological warfare. And, you know, it's like, well, who let it out? You know, did that country let it out? Or did it come from this country? Or did this country take it to that country to make it look like it was that you know? So we know the Seven of Swords is deception, sneaky behavior, not being truthful about something, right? You got the Knight of Wands here. That's that quick in and out night action. And with the Seven of Swords, this almost feels like, you know, especially with this Emperor, you know, and if we're going based on, you know, this Emperor being, you know, government structures, there's a lot of uh, things up for grabs, right? I mean, if you look at the stock market and just business, period, resources, world resources, things are collapsing and they will be up for grabs, okay? We got the Four of Swords here. Four of Swords. So there's rest for some, but I also feel like this is the energy of someone who is just kind of laying back and plotting. Seven of Swords. Four of Swords, Seven of Swords. More sword energy. There's that Ten of Swords again. So someone is plotting. And we got the Three of Swords here. More sword energy. I tell you guys, it was a lot of sword energy. And I'm just going to put this out here like this. I'm only going to go down this line one time. Emperor in reverse. Knight of Wands. Quick movement. In and out. Fire sign. Fire energy. Seven of Swords. Deception. Thievery. Lies. Four of Swords. Again with that Seven of Swords. Laying back, sitting back, plotting. Ten of Swords. An ending. Three of Swords. Betrayal, heartbreak. Why is the Chariot here? Why'd you show me the Chariot? Why'd you show me the Chariot? Why's the Chariot here? Make it clear, please. There's the Fool card. What else you have for the Chariot? What else you want to tell me about the Chariot? What do we need to know? Fool card came out in the first spread, and here's the Lovers. Kind of going back to what I was saying a moment ago. New ways of loving. Loving ourselves, loving each other. And I don't know why I'm just thinking to say this, but you know, our president here is a Gemini, and Lovers is the card of Gemini. The Fool card is taking a leap of faith. But this person is not even looking at where they are leaping to. Could be good, could turn out absolutely great, or it could be an utter disaster. Why is the Fool card here? Why is the Fool card here? Ooh, oh, y'all quit playing. Wow, okay, let's see. All right, guys. So this is kind of good. I'll give the, you know, we got the Five of Swords, Five of Wands. So we already see here. This is clarifying the Fool card. We already know here. These represent conflict. Wands is fire energy. Yet sword energy. Air energy. So this could even be like technology, you know? When you look at this Five of Wands, you clearly see that there is a fight. Take that how you want to take that. Wow. I wish you guys could really, really see this. And I'm not trying to sound all, but this card makes me think of the Book of Revelations. I mean, it has dragons fighting. Yeah. Eight of Cups. Walking away. So this could very much be saying that someone could be walking away from this conflict that we just saw. Right? Yeah, the Two of Cups. Forging new partnerships, relationships that are going to be mutually beneficial for everyone involved. This doesn't necessarily have to be romance. And I mean, of course, it's not romance here because we're talking about the damn coronavirus. Unless you quarantined and you can't. Never mind, I'm not even going there. PG-13, Leslie. PG-13. Three of Cups. So there will be celebration. And I told you guys earlier that I did see that, things would balance out at some point. King of Pentacles. And with King of Pentacles came out the Sun card. So I definitely feel like this is a cue to not only the government or governments, money coming back, the economy coming back to a healthy state, a vibrant state with, life. Yeah, huge sun back there. We know the sun is the essence of life here on the planet. And with this King of Pentacles, I mean, that's beautiful, right? So not only is that going to be for, governments, but I feel like this is also going to apply for, humanity. Things will balance out. It's funny. I just feel like a sense of, I don't know, it's just like a shift. Um, like people who have been like poor, like really, really, really poor. I don't feel like things are going to be like that for them after this. I feel like there's going to be some sort of dignity that rises up in some people who are very poor. With this King of Pentacles and the Sun here, this could also speak to um, new leadership. New leadership. I don't necessarily mean like new over, our president or in a particular country or anything, but just kind of across the board. New leadership, because we saw that Emperor in reverse. But just, I don't know. I just feel like, I can kind of see that in these cards, but it's like my gut right now is just saying like people that have been really poor. I feel like things are seriously about to change for them. You guys, so I'm going to wow, look, at the bottom of this deck was this is the Karma card. Karma. I've talked about karma in this reading. And like I said, with all those planets in Capricorn, Saturn is the Lord of Karma. So I definitely feel like there is a ton of karmic balancing happening. All that little, we see what the news is telling us, and I strongly encourage you guys to just like turn off your TV. Maybe check in once in a while, but turn off your TV. Guard your thoughts. Get outside. And I know they're talking about social distancing. That's the dumbest social distancing. They could have come up with a better way to say that. But get outside. Seriously. Walk in the grass. Touch the bushes, the flowers, the trees. Sit down for as long as you can out there. Whether this is in your backyard or if you are able to get yourself out into a park, but sit there as long as you can, as long as you like. Take some deep breaths. Connect, ground yourself to the earth. Connect. Remember who you are, what you are. Okay? Seven of Cups is at the bottom of this deck. To me, this is just talking about the confusion that everyone is experiencing. Well, not everyone, but this is just talking about the confusion. So, I hope that gave you guys insight. Leave comments if you like. Yeah, this was just kind of on my heart to do. Kind of on my heart to do. I feel like there's something else, though. I don't know. I feel like I want to get one more card from this deck. What is it? What is the last thing that you want to say? What is the last thing you want to say? What is it? Knight of Wands. In and out action. What about this Knight of Wands? Got it. Anything else? I'm not taking those, but I'm gonna look. That's all. Well, okay, maybe I will. What else? I'm gonna go through here one more time. This is it. All right, that's it. Here, the Knight of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, the Eight of Wands, quick ending, quick ending of cycles, forward movement. Huh. Okay. Page of Pentacles. Small offers of commitment. Four of Cups. There's that Four of Cups energy again that came out in the other deck. And here we have the King of Swords. This one came out when I was sitting on my bed. Three of Pentacles. And the Queen of Swords. Definitely the wheel is turning on these karmic cycles quickly. Especially with the Eight of Wands here too. And this might sound kind of messed up, but honestly, I feel like this is why... I feel like this is speaking to why this virus is spreading as quick as it has been spreading. The Page of Pentacles here and the Four of Cups. New ways. You know, again, I was saying businesses are not, business, the economy is not going to be the same. So a lot of you, especially if you were or are a business owner, an entrepreneur, you may need to find new ways of business to sustain yourself. Because with this Four of Cups here, it's not cutting it. You know, I feel like a lot of people are going to be going, applying for jobs, and those jobs just are not going to be there. Not even necessarily because the company's not hiring or, whatnot, but this is a total um, removal of certain key jobs that just are not going to be necessary any longer. And also, well, that's cute. If you look on his head covering, it's a crab on it. Oh, okay. So, okay, this is deep. With that crab being there, of course, I thought about Cancer, and Cancer rules the fourth house in astrology, and your fourth house is concerning your home. That's your home, where you lay your head at night, or where your roots, your heritage, where you came from, but mostly your home, where you sleep at every night. With this King of Swords, Queen of Swords, Three of Pentacles, I definitely feel like, and then if I put this Four of Cups and this Page of Pentacles, I know you guys cannot see all of this, but this is definitely saying to me that a lot of people need to look for ways, and yes, we are all at home right now. Look for ways to make money from your house. If you're not employed by a company and still getting paid by them, um, there's definitely ways to make money from home. You're just gonna have to get creative. Whether you're making things, um, or if you're doing something that has to do with technology, communication, um, but aside from being told to stay at home and work from home, this is an indication to me that aside from that, people will just now be working from home using a lot of technology. And I love this Queen of Swords. She has a bull beside her. I know you can't see it, but she's got a bull beside her. And we know bull is Taurus. Taurus is Pentacles. So definitely think about what you can do from home. What kind of business can you start? How can you generate more money from home? Okay, get creative. Get creative. Okay. All right, guys, that was that. And I wish you all the best of luck with everything. Remember everything I said about your vibration and your thoughts. Okay. Keep your minds right. You can I will start on actual readings for the rest of March tomorrow. I will start on those, so I may not get them all done. But I will definitely try to upload at least half of the 12 signs. Trying to think if there's anything else. Come back to the channel too. Like, you may just find me posting random videos just talking about whatever. I mean, we're all at home, right? So, uh, yeah, just check back. Who knows what we'll end up discussing on here, okay? If you have not already, please like, share, subscribe to the channel, leave comments below, any suggestions. And that's it. It is almost 4 a.m. and I'm going to bed now. Now that I've gotten this out, it had to get out tonight. So now that I've gotten this out, I can go to sleep now. All right. I love you guys. Keep your energy straight. Keep your mind straight. All right. Love you.